So these few days I have shared many videos, and today let's be specifically talk about the breathing. Okay, what do you guys learn in that videos on breathing? Because this is a serious stuff. Okay, so all you guys can share what you guys learned from the video. Yeah, please mute your mic if you're not using.
Okay, I can start. So what I've learned is from the last video that there are two types of breathing. So we have the healthy part, which we can cover with 2C state or in one process, or the six healing sounds, so six healing breath. Then we have the part for fighting or sparring, where we have to cope with intra-abdominal pressure. And with that, we have to deal with impact, or when we exert momentum. So we have to deal with the intra-abdominal pressure. And the healthy part is for example, one is sick, or one is angry, or maybe he wants to recover. So we can use the healthy part. And the fighting part, like I said before, the breathing is really important. And everyone has to know how to deal with the intra-abdominal pressure when it comes to sparring or fighting.
So Daniel, you've been studying with me for 3-4 years now.
Yes.
Have you learned this two part of stuff? Of the breathing?
Yes, I've
have you
learned
used it? Have you used it? I mean, the important thing is not learning, right? Have you used it
yes.
in the time you are sick or in your sparring?
Yes. Especially last time when I was sick, I had COVID, and of course there are limitations. And Henrik, he was so nice and called me up and said, Daniel, do this. And of course, I was not able to do that because I was too sick for it. So I needed to recover. And yes, and I did my best to do the things he told me to do. And I was not able to. So it's the first thing. In sparring, I often use it. I try to cope with it as good as I can. And it's really, really hard. But if one keeps training and keeps develop it becomes better and better. But you need to do that. You need to do all these stuff, all the N1 process, which nurture chi, and the six healing sounds. And then I use the tool which Henrik told me to buy. It's just around 12 euros, and I just use it, just a tool to increase my breathing volume, and to strengthen my lungs and all that stuff. And this is really important. And I notice in sparring it gets better and better, whether I do BJJ or stand-up sparring in Wing Chun. It's really, really helpful, and I use it. Yes, I do.
You see, there's one issue here today in learning Kung Fu or learning Wing Chun. Learning Kung Fu, say for example, right? Learning Wing Chun Kung Fu, learning Wing Chun, meaning you have to develop that Kung Fu. It doesn't matter that you how advanced you are or basic you are, but you need to develop that Kung Fu. Meaning, that's why I asked Daniel. You say you learn this. Does it help you in the real life? If it's not helping you in the real life, why do you buy my snake oil? Or why you do this? So, but today it's not. Today learning Wing Chun or learning Kung Fu or learning Qi Gong or Nei Gong, whatever, is you go to the seminar or you go to class and then you learn the sets and then the teacher show you a little bit of this push me, push you and all this thing. And you say you already learn the Wing Chun. Well, that's not, sorry. You have not developed the Wing Chun Kung Fu. And then once you have this learning the sets and everything, the usual case is you come out, you say, I don't want the way how my Sifu taught me anymore. I want to add in some Tai Chi. I want to add in some whatever, okay? And then I call it that this is Hendrix Wing Chun. Well, this is called ridiculous, okay? You go to see when they fight in the ring, everybody using the same thing. Is so the young Chinese says Wang Ba Qian, meaning that you're just waving and you're fighting. The most you're using is BJJ, you use Western boxing, and then you call it this is Hendrix Wing Chun, this Wing Chun, that Wing Chun. That is not how it has to be. You learn Wing Chun, it's like you learn BJJ. You learn how to work in the ground. You really need to learn that, yeah, or you learn Western boxing. You need to learn that. And then when you teach your student, they too be able to learn it, but not like today. I play my Xiu Lin Tao and then all this kind of stuff, okay? So that's why I ask you point blank in public, you know, so Daniel, you are not what they call it, Superman. Of course, there's something you know, something you don't know, because it's real life. Same with me. Okay. So now the breathing part is a really important part. Now, Nim Jo, you want to share? What do you find out in the breathing?
Yeah, I also had like Daniel, I had COVID as well, but I've had the books for your books for a lot longer than that, and even from the beginning, trying to learn the 2C state, and I still have a long way to go. The change is really quick. So from just from cooling down and warming up properly before and after class, and when you get home, or maybe one day that you don't train because you are exhausted. You don't get injured, so you're not repeating these same injuries to the body. And then when I got COVID, I lost a lot of. I have 2 dogs. I'm walking a lot with them every day, 3 times a day, 1.5 hours of the time. I couldn't do it. It was really hard. It was panting, after having COVID. I lost a lot of lung capacity, and that was last year, like before the summer. And then when I got better, continue, because I couldn't do anything. You can't do anything. You're in bed, right? So after that, then you start to train again and I was trying to get into the 2C state again and trying to breathe correctly. And yeah, finally you can go back to training, you can go back to and feel the growth of how you're getting better. And you can measure it too, which is not in your mind. And I think this is the problem, that they're teaching a lot of, I think from what I can see, they're teaching the wrong way around. People are saying that, oh no, you have to have this mind thing and that will control your breathing. But in fact, I think it's the opposite, right? It's the breathing before the mind. And so people, they can't even be bothered to measure, to check or verify anything. And they're telling you, no, you have to, it's a mental thing which controls the breathing. It's the other way around, right?
Let me ask you a question. No, let me ask you a question. You all have a girlfriend or you all married? You all married?
Yeah.
Have a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
yes.
When you get pissed, when you get pissed off, can your mind tell yourself not to piss? When your body reacts, is it peaceful? Like we are human, right? When you get pissed off, you just say, can your mind tell you to say, I believe on this mind power or mindfulness, and then say, can you do that?
No, doesn't
your
work.
body just run by itself, right?
Yes.
That's the issue. So all people saying that, oh, let's pray, let's think. I tell everybody bullshit. That's why the Buddha want you to practice the anapanasati, the counting breath. Not that you believe on counting breath, mindfulness like today. No, until you be able to handle the breathing, meaning that when you get into problem, right away you drop all your thinking, right away you go your breathing. Because if you have no means to handle your body, your mind is going to create problem only. The more your mind thinks, the more you want to control. Like you have the others say, have a cold. You cannot say, my lung I want my lung to function this way, to function that way. Well, you cannot breathe already after you're sick or anything, and you don't have stamina. You cannot say, you want to use my mind to control my lungs. You can. You have to go to N1 or the 6 killing sound or the 2C state. Try to condition it. Put yourself into the state. And working with medicines, because you are resting your body with whatever the 2C and 1. And then with the medicine help you because you are resting. Now, if you try to use mind to control, well, good luck, you even but pull the reverse gear, because the more you want to control, the more you cannot control, the more you get frustrated. And then the entire thing blow up. Your body is not settled. So that is a problem. That's why in Srangama Sutta it said, Srangama, which is the very important, the Zen Sutta is said, things started at the mind thinking, but thing must be ended with the body. So what does it mean? It's very simple. You go watch a pornographic movie. It starts with the mind. What you watch, it creates the reaction in your body. Now you got a problem, a sexual desire there, you have a heart on or something like that. How are you going to end it? You use your mind to stop that? You can't. You need to deal with this physical body. Okay? So in the ancient, they never said mind is everything. Well, of course, Buddha minds everything. Why? Because it never get into that state. It just stay in the awareness. It never, even if watch a pornographic, it doesn't get you into the mind spiraling, the thinking, evoke the body's reaction, because he's staying in awareness all the time. But we are not. Whatever we see right away, we grab it and then we think, oh, this is a good stuff. Or whenever people say what we don't like to hear, we grab it, get pissed off right away, the entire body go by itself. And at that time, your mind, it's better to get your mind sideways, because the mind is only create problem. Okay? So that's why breathing is so important. But breathing is not you just kind of control things and so forth, so forth. Right? So Raymond, what do you think on this breathing?
Like Joke explained it in your video, you tell it very clear, so you understand a little bit for me how it works, and you make the difference because when you are tired, you can use the N1 and use 2C, and it's very difficult to relax if you stand. That is you have to train a lot to engage that. And like the mind, settle the mind. Like you are angry, it's very hard to let that loose and start to relax and to start to have a good breathing. And
now, can you use it? Can you use it You know what
when
I say?
I lay down,
Yeah.
yes.
What I say in my YouTube is me. Like the Buddha say, what I have is mine. Like my Zen teacher say, what I have is mine. What I talk is mine. Are you count? It's like the Buddha say it's like in the Zen, it said that like a millionaire. Why bother you count other people's bank account? How many digits he have in his saving account? Okay, so the Zen, the Buddha is saying that don't count other people's money. Do you have it? You're keeping everybody every day counting other people's money is useless. Now, even if you just have a 10 cent in your bank that is yours, then you know how to accumulate more. So my question is like, Raymond, can you use it?
Yes, I can use it. When I lay down, I can relax, and then I can nurture my chi.
So that is thing. Now, that is the help part, right? The support part. Now let's get into this. Why is this happen? Why is this Tai Chi guy get beat up by run through by Xi Xiaodong? Oh, so do you guys know why? Why he get run through like that? Why is breathing? Because he do not have the breathing. He do not have the stable and strength core, and his core is running all around. And that's why he doesn't have intra-abdominal pressure handling, which is the Qigong handling. Just watch him, watch this core of Lei Lei. Watch it. Watch Xi Xiaodong. Look at Xi Xiaodong here. You see the stability there? I mean, just watch that, all right? I mean, now you go to Wing Chun, okay? And then you have this guy who know how to hit pressure points and everything. It's the same thing. Look at both core. So it's this simple. Until you solve that darn thing, you cannot solve anything. Don't tell me about this internal chi, this kung fu, that kung fu, all nonsense. You just look at that. Are you trained in Qigong real? So if you don't solve that, how can you face Xi Xiaodong? What's Xi Xiaodong trained in the scientific way? MMA, right? That's why everybody say, well, you guys are Chinese martial art. Traditional Chinese martial art is not scientific. They train in scientific way. They have their core, they have their core stability, they have their breathing. So they have this. They have this. Okay? You want to fight, get this proper. Okay? Well, now this is Shaolin, short strike. I just showed someone yesterday. Just read this. This is a part 2 in the Xiu Lim Tao, 1850. Okay, this is part one. Single horizontal and double press handling according to the breathing handling. Sinking both palm and rising while inhale. Double push hand while exhale. All this breathing stuff. Okay. So if you don't have the core trained, what the heck you have? So there's two parts, right? One part is your breathing to handle your body, right? Another part is you want to go fight, you better have that. Otherwise, you don't have the body handling. You don't have the oxygen, you don't have, meaning that you don't have the cardiorespiratory endurance, and then you don't have the intra-abdominal pressure handling, meaning you don't have the core. You want to go fight Xi Xiaodong, until you solve that, until your Chinese Kung Fu solve that, see that, you cannot solve it. Doesn't matter your Wing Chun or your Tai Chi or whatever Kung Fu. You go up, you get KO. And what does that lead to? Momentum current. So if you watch this carefully, watch the momentum current of Xi Xiaodong. And do this guy in the Tai Chi Lei Lei have the momentum current at all? How about this Wing Chun guy? Now, you go watch Lei Lei, he'll play Chi. And then he play what? Bird put in your hand, you can sense the bird cannot fly. And then you look at Li Gang and the pressure point strike, and then the show all this thing. Well, sorry, sir, you don't have the basic, you don't have the core in today's language, or in the ancient language is the body strength handling and your breathing handling. In today's is you don't have the core stability and so forth. How is that any fighting? How is that any Chinese martial arts? Go ahead.
Again, I think, you know, we're talking about the mind thing here. You know, they're really delusional. It's the idea that you think that you can do something, right? So you think you can, you think that you can do it is not the same as doing it or training for doing it, right? So, of course, Li Gang and Lei Lei, they thinking, and it's delusional, right? Apart from the fact that they don't have an understanding of breathing, they don't have core stability, they've never trained for it. The worst thing than this is that they actually believed that they could get into a ring and do it, which is, apart from being delusional, is dangerous, right?
Now, this is the tragic. That's why yesterday I just make a Chinese, and because somebody's request, I make the Chinese. Now, 100 years ago, it's already like that. People is saying, oh, what are this, Zhan Shan Feng and so forth. And then people over here is saying, hey man, you guys better to be straightening out, go scientific and so forth. But people don't listen. They just continue. And this Tang Hao, he's the guy who say, hey, you know, you guys better clean up your act. And guess what? You get fired. Okay. And then somebody is actually go visit him in his working place and try to beat him up. Okay. Okay. And so this is the problem. Let me share with you. This is the problem. Why is this so disaster today? Let me share with you. This is the problem. I model this You never see this in Asia. I model this after I study the 1850s Xiu Lim Tao. And I model it, and I based on different, of course, different data point. So the first, you need to have your physical element. You need to deal with it. Like just now I say that the Buddha said, even if you watch a pornography, you get horny and anything. Once you got into that state, you need to deal with your physical body, okay? Don't give me all this mind stuff. The second is only you can handle your physical body, then you have your mind handling. Now, when you have your mind handling, you need to go to the breathing, okay? The breathing element. And then only chi, and then your strength, and then your momentum, okay? So breathing here, at one point, if you have the mind and breathing, you go back and you are actually influencing your physical, okay? From breathing is a must. Like just now, for example, when you are sick, you need to get into N1 to actually relax your body so that you be able to recover. Because, hey, if you do not have your body, you are dead. You're dead meaning you're not exist anymore, okay? Now, if you want to fight in martial art, you need the breathing, have your cardiorespiratory endurance, and you got what? You get your intra-abdominal pressure handling, which is meaning your body, your physical, your core. Now, you look at this. In past 100 years, since this Tai Chi guy and everything, and then you get to Wing Chun, you don't have this part, breathing. It jumped from right away to the mind, to the chi, the mind to the energy, or the mind to the strength. Like in Wing Chun, it says in Xiu Lim Tao, you have mind, power, and then your mind power with your structure, you can get to this strength, okay? But everybody is missing this breathing part. So the entire world right now is a disaster because you are missing the breathing part. You don't have it. So like in, yesterday, I shared in the Chinese, I say in past 140 years, you know, you have a scripture, a writing, a classical writing in Wing Chun in 1890. Over there, you already don't have the breathing part. You don't have it. When you don't have the breathing part, you know that you are not be able to one way tune down your body when you are sick to help your body to recover or strengthen it. Another way, you will not have respiratory, you will not have the core stability. You know it already. And then in the 1920 Wing Chun evolution, you see everybody clamping your knee that way, that way, that way. You know no one can breathe. And then you come up with this mind power and this Nim Lake stuff. That is influenced by Tai Chi. Same thing. It jumped right away from physical mind to the Qi element, and then you say, well, this is Jing and everything. They don't know about the momentum and they don't know the breathing. And that's all. Your entire Chinese martial art, your Wing Chun is over. So this is a Western way because I modeled this thing up. Am I right? But if you don't do this, you know, I'm doing this. It's not that I am the supreme guy or grandmaster. Or no, this is an education, sir. If you don't know this, you're putting yourself into disaster. So this is the reality on breathing. You want to solve to face this, you better solve this first. It is not about your Wing Chun, my way of doing Xiu Lim Tao, this lineage, that lineage. If I using a really, how to say that, straight term, you guys are all talking about empty stuff. The minute you lost your breathing, meaning you lost your core handling, meaning you're going to lose to MMA, Western boxing, Thai boxing, BJJ, or judo, because you don't have it. You're keeping standing your weight behind in the back leg. Like this morning I share with somebody. You know, this YouTube somebody share with me, and then look like how powerful. Well, you look at that. This body is this way. The body cannot thrust out. There's no momentum there. The body and the punch is breaking apart here. This guy, the way how you breathe, he is pressuring his chest. You see the way how he breathes? Well, it looks good like in a movie. By violating this left and right. Violating this ancient and the modern left and right. How is that supposed to be a martial arts? And then you put this thing out there and everybody follow it. That's why today scientifically we know it is a two world. One world is the entire six core element, the ancient and today. One world is the world without the breathing. And you know that, like Buddha said, human's life is just about breathing. If you don't breathe, you're dead. This is very serious. That's why the N1 in Wing Chun Inception, the mapping into the sport science, the 2C in the Wing Chun matrix is extremely important. It's critical. If you don't have that, you couldn't even begin. Am I right? I mean, you guys go through it, okay? I mean, you guys test it out, you go through it, right? So it's a hand technique to fight with Xi Xiaodong. So after the match, Li Gang said, oh, you know, he miscalculates Xi Xiaodong, just hop at him like a tiger. Of course, people are gonna hop at you like tiger because that is called martial arts. So breathing, internal. So when are we going to learn? So stop to say, oh, this Wing Chun, my Wing Chun, your Wing Chun. For past 100, 140 years, you have so many lineage, but none talk about this. That's why when then like you guys watch the Xi Xiaodong movie, Xi Xiaodong's talking to his fans, say Wing Chun is just for demonstrations. You cannot answer. Why? Because you need this, like what I shared today, to answer to him. It's not about fighting. It's about know what you are doing. So this is what I like to share with you all with today's. You know, hopefully you have you took this back and change yourself, or else I really don't know what happened. Serious stuff, right? See you guys later.